I'm David Lowe, the Automotive Sales Coach. Welcome to today's sales tip. Let's talk about secondary buyers, right? We all have people that are coming in that have less than stellar credit, don't we, right? And I've had a lot of people say, how does our process fit the secondary buyer? And I would tell you right now, our process is perfect for the secondary buyer. Let's just kind of walk through it for a minute. When a secondary buyer comes in, they're a person. Their credit doesn't determine their value as a person, does it, right? That's just something we deal with to help them get a car. So they deserve your personal excellence. All of your might, all of your strength, don't they? So when we go out and we greet a customer, we're gonna welcome them. We wanna establish that professional relationship. Man, thank you so much, I appreciate you. I can help you with that. And of course, we use that to bring them in and we get to know what are they looking for, why are they looking for, and who they are, right? We have our conversation. And often in that conversation, sometimes when we go, hey, are you adding or replacing? What are you replacing and why? Sometimes through this conversation, we're gonna find out what? We're gonna find out that they are a secondary customer. There's somebody who has bought their last car at JD Buy-Ride or something like that, or hasn't financed a car, and we know instinctively that they're not gonna qualify for some of the special rates and maybe not qualify to buy every car, right? So we need more information about these people. So you'll hear it then. The second place you could do it is, of course, our process goes right from understanding goals to logging them in the computer. I start logging them in the computers. I'm logging them in. Remember, we can ask more questions. Hey, I didn't even ask you, where do you work? Now the computer's asking some of these questions, right? And listen, if you feel like there's a problem with financing, maybe it's the car and stuff like that, you can go ahead right now and do what? Get their credit information. And I could say something like this. Hey, Matt, why don't we save some time? I'll help you get qualified on a car, make it real easy with no obligation. I've already got all your information. With just 3 or 4 bits more of information, we can get you pre-approved so you know exactly what kind of car you can get. How does that sound? It fits our process perfectly. Why? Because you're sitting at the desk, you're sitting in front of your computer, and you can go ahead and gather that credit information now, right? Let me give you another technique. I've had people that I wasn't sure on credit, so I asked them a question like this. How do you normally finance your cars? Right? That's a good conversation starter because they will normally, well, you know, the last one, there's another way to learn it. A less discreet way might say this, on a scale of 1 to 5, how would you rate your credit, right? And remember, if the buyer says 3, that's really a 2. So anything low is really, they're gonna state it over it, but that's a last resort. I think that if you do our understand goals, the 6th question we ask in understand goals, and if you log the buyer and learn about their trade and simply ask the question, how do you normally finance your cars? You will find out that you have somebody that you need to get approved before you land them on a car. Because what do we know? We know this from secondary market, that not every secondary buyer can buy the car of the choice. Isn't that true? In fact, most of you have systems that will put the buyer's information in and kick back the cars that will work for them, right? And so we can land them on the right car up front, and it requires the right information up front. So I would do this. I would gather all that credit information, and I would go to the desk and ask them for coaching for the next step. Most of the time what they will do is run a credit bureau, and then we can decide what to do from there. When it comes to down payment and stuff like that, I'm not going to ask that right now till I go to my manager, we get a credit score, and then we can develop a game plan. And often the secondary finance manager would take a TO right then to set the stage, or they would instruct you on what information you need to gather to move this deal forward. Okay, so what am I saying? How's the process changed for secondary buyers? It doesn't, right? You find it along our way, and right there you add a step. Doesn't change anything. You just add that credit information step, which will help you help them find the car that best fits their goals and help you create an excited, loyal, lifetime buyer. It's David Lowe, the Automotive Sales Coach. Good selling.